Welcome to Breaking the Chains. I'm your host, Bakita, and today I'm here with Yazid. Yazid, would you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm Yazid Mohammed, born in New York, raised in Virginia Beach. Moved to repatriated to Ghana in 2009, October 2009, and I've been living here since that time.
You repatriated in 2009. So you've been in Ghana well over 10 years now. What made you all move to Ghana?
Well, I moved to Ghana because in support of my mother, that is Brenda Karima Muhammad, who's now an ancestor. She passed on in 2018, 2nd February. We just recently had a 3-year acknowledgement of transition into the ancestor round. And it was her vision to repatriate at that time. And she asked me to come and be in support of her. And I was raised as a Pan-Africanist, Black nationalist, and all of those things positive. So I I have 2 other siblings, and I'm the youngest of 3. So I also have done a lot of traveling, and I had some experience with that. So we all decided that I would come and be the one to come and support her. So that was how it kind of happened. You know, a friend of mine told me that the universe bent, and I got a chance to live in Africa.
For real.
That's kind of how that happened.
That is.
It's kind of happened.
That is so amazing. I knew your mother. She was like my Ghana mom. So big ups to her. Thank the ancestors for her. She is one of my still inspirations. As I was telling you before, when I feel like I don't want to do this anymore, I go back and I read some of the messages that we had between each other, and it inspires me to keep going. You know, I remember she was really into this work. Like she really felt this work in her heart. She would get up at 5, 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning and catch the trotro all the way to Accra just to make a meeting for like 9 o'clock in the morning. And many times she would be the first one on the scene. I would be the second one on the scene. But she really put a fire under me about about the work that we need to do as repatriates. And I credit her more than myself for my want to do this. She really made me want to do this. So thank you for sharing your mother with us.
Most welcome.
I don't think you really had a choice because she was.
I had a choice. That's her spirit. That was just
her thing. Yeah.
She had a lot of children besides her biological.
Yes, she really did. You guys own the Born Again African Soul Food Restaurant. Can you tell us about that?
That's correct. Yes, Born Again African Ghana Soul Food Restaurant is the business that we last established, which is an eatery or restaurant with a venue and a venue, park, and playground, as well as a rest stop. So we are located just adjacent of the Adomi Bridge, where strategically it's located nestled in between the eastern region and the Volta region. So anytime anybody's going into the Volta region, they typically have to pass here. So when we began to establish businesses around, this was one of the places where we had the greatest opportunity to settle and start and have our own little piece of Ghana. So we even have a large riverside area. It's about 4 acres or 4.5. Not 4 acres, 4.5 plots which is about an acre.
About an
Yeah,
acre.
just along the river, along the riverfront, just adjacent to the Adomi Bridge, as well as the roadside. So we have established some areas at the roadside where we want to develop a business center for others to come and also have the opportunity to do business just at this area. So right now we have a couple renters there now, and we're looking to expand that so that we can also draw more people into the area to do business and also patronize us and be a part of the community.
Your location is so amazing. You literally can see the bridge from it feels like when you're standing there, it feels like you could just kind of like swim to the bridge if you wanted to, if you're a strong swimmer. You're right there on the river. It's an amazing spot, and it's a good your vantage point is it's really good. Like it's like a good rest stop. If someone is going further on along, and it's just amazing. Like your grass is so beautiful and green. Like it's just, I love every time I see more things happening at your place. It just really makes me happy. I know your mom is proud of you all. You have you're married to a Ghanaian woman. You have two beautiful children, a girl and a boy. I don't often see our brothers who are married to Ghanaian women. How did that happen? How you managed to snag you a Ghanaian woman?
Well, this is a hot question. You know, a lot of brothers that do come around, you want to ask why her, or you know, what made you decide to when you didn't have to. You know, that sort of question that has come around a lot, and you know, and it's fine. I always thought of myself as being married. You know, I just never. The opportunity, let's say, never really presented itself before coming here, and my mind didn't come on it at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, my wife Jeanette Akbanyo, now Jeanette Muhammad, we've been married since 2013, and you know I'm a very blessed brother. I'll tell you, I was able to choose well, and she chose well, and we, you know, things are just really we worked out. We are working out.
Yes,
you know,
love it. I love it because I think that when we marry our continental counterparts, I think it does something to the uniting of our people. I mean, it literally unites us genetically. And you know, I'm married to a Ghanaian man, so anytime I see a Black American or African American married to a continental spouse, I think it's really beautiful. So to switch gears a little bit, you live on Fhinkra land still, correct?
No, I don't live on Fhinkra land. I live at my business, okay. But I've converted those places, which is 3 units. 2 units I've been made into like an Airbnb.
Okay.
That I'm in the process of putting it online, so people can also have an opportunity. Fhinkra is very quiet. I think I saw a video where you visited that. There. You know, when it's manicured and kept, the place is a very nice, quiet place. So, you know, if you want to get down and just escape the city or something like that, come out of the area where we are here, it's a nice place for just that. You know, I think that was the intention behind the whole Fhinkra location, which is also a strategic location because it's just down the street from my business here. It's less than 2 miles from where we are. So, you know, yes, I do maintain there, and there are other people living there.
Cool. Did you say there are people living there now?
Yes.
Oh, good. I was gonna ask you. We're not gonna go into the whole Fhinkra stuff. If anyone wants to know about the Fhinkra story, you can go to there's a video. I'll put a link in on the video for that video. But I did want to ask you, I know that there's been, you guys have been trying to figure it out and get it all worked out. How's that coming along?
Well, because of the COVID-19, you know, restriction and those things are kind of become stagnant because people were not able to meet. You know, I recently suggested Zoom meeting, you know, but it hasn't come together like that yet, unfortunately. Okay. But, you know, we are still on it.
Good.
We all have a stake in it, you know, to see it resolved so that the place can develop and people can also come in and have an opportunity there. In order for all of us to really be here and maintain, I'm talking about in our enclave here in the eastern region. This area is called Atempoku and also Akasombo. You know, it's a very small community of diasporans that live here. You know, up into Somanya and those areas. You know, it's not a lot of us here. So, you know, I would love to see the community develop and become a place where people can have an opportunity to get land free or pay for it, whatever the case may be, you know, however the thing works out. You know, so let's pray that it just works out so that we can have free access to develop. To see people also get opportunity to build there, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, at the end of the day, it's a beautiful place and it's a wasted opportunity right now.
Right. It is a beautiful place. When I was out there some years ago, I really would want to have at least a plot of land there. I do know that there's a lot that needs to be worked out, and I pray that things get worked out sooner than later. With that being said, you have a repatriation assistance program. Can you tell us about that?
Repatriation consultation.
Okay, you do repatriation consultations. You've been there since 2009. You know, you've seen people come and go. What are the biggest mistakes you think people make when they're deciding to come to repatriate to Ghana?
I think everybody with their own experience, you know, what I found, even trying to advise some people that, you know, what maybe I passed through, maybe they won't pass through. Mm-hmm. And you be able to also, if you have an opportunity to hear my story or get some of my advice, maybe that will help you to not pass through some of the things. Mm-hmm. But many of us, you know, we are Americans, you know, and we come in and we want to, you know, I don't need anybody, you know, I'll figure it out on my own, that sort of thing. So sometimes people, they don't take advantage of that, and then get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell you myself, my mother and I, we wouldn't have an opportunity to really settle in if we didn't have some people around us also helping us gradually feedback. You know, and you'll still make mistakes, but you know, I've heard and seen some stories about people coming in with hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you know, and falling for the wrong man or a woman, and that's it. You know, and it kind of just happens in that kind of way.
Yeah.
It happens in that kind of way. Yes. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Baby here.
We both got these our little people. So how do you when it comes to, you know, like giving a consult for a repatriation, how would somebody get in touch with you, or what is it that they need to do to you know, to talk to you about repatriation?
Well, you can contact me. I charge now $25 for an hour consultation. So you can contact me through my Facebook page, business page, which is called Real Repatriation Consultation. You can also go through my Facebook page, Yazid Muhammad, YAZIDMUHAMMAD. Or you can contact me through Born Again African Kind of Soul Food Facebook page as well. And you can contact me there, then we'll set up an appointment, and we usually chat through WhatsApp, or I don't typically do Zoom calls, but we can also do video call as well. But I normally do like a WhatsApp call, so so that it's an easy link, and we talk for about an hour, and I answer the questions that you have. I ask people to write their questions down. And I've helped right now. I've assisted about 25 people or so that have contacted me since I started doing Real Repatriation. It was a Real Repatriation consultation. Just as a sidebar, how I kind of decided to establish the business was after I received my citizenship in 2019. It was a real, felt almost like a graduation, or like a stamp of what you're doing is going in the right direction. So through that, and then the consequence lockdown that came down from the COVID early in the year of 2020, it really disturbed the business we were doing, and they asked all of us to kind of slow down what we were doing. That is, those doing hospitality type business. So we had to become creative, and I have always kind of assisted people since I've been living here. How to ship things, or linking them to some of my connections. For visa, or how do you call it? Residency, and to getting a driver's license, to buying nails, hammer, shovel, pickaxe, all those kind of things. I've always, helped people do that sort of thing. So I've helped, not just myself, but my mother and myself. Yeah. I've also assisted people with building their homes, putting in their foundations, along with doing our own thing. And now that we have a little bit of experience, having a business, paying taxes, dealing with the different entities that you will face when you have a roadside business, brick and mortar, I'm talking about. You will, by all means, meet some of these different entities rather than being online, where some of these people will find it difficult for you to find you. But when you have a brick and mortar business, and you are every day doing business in Ghana, like we are here, you'll be meeting the different people. So through my experience of living here, I've met a lot of different people, and people in very good positions that can also help to assist other people in other positions. So as my consultancy business, it kind of works as entering into a network, that can help you avoid some of the pitfalls. So some of the people most of the people I deal with, I've already vetted them. So, then that helps, free my mind when I can recommend somebody, to get, maybe you need a contractor or something like that. And I've dealt with several contractors. So I can tell you there's almost a few people that I deal with that I can say, oh yeah, but Sister Muhammad, you take Lucas, and I know Lucas can do it from start to finish. You go ahead and work with him. I believe he's going to give you a good deal, like that. So, that kind of is how it works in that kind of way. So, especially if you're developing in my area here that we are living in Atapoku, not necessarily just Atapoku, but in the surrounding area, I know some of the chiefs and some of the families that own land, and introduction into conflict-free land is very cumbersome. A lot of people, they don't get that opportunity to, you maybe a place you purchase or lease, then becomes an issue.
Right.
Those are some of the things that becomes deterrents to a lot of us that come. What I mean? Nobody wants to be duped or feel like they were taken advantage of.
Exactly. Now, you've been there since 2009. So how have you managed? Have you been back to the US since that time, or have you just been in Ghana?
I've been in Ghana though throughout the whole time.
Wow.
I've been in Ghana throughout the whole time.
That's
so I talk to my friends, they're like, Yazid, you don't sound like yourself.
Yeah, because you have like a Ghana accent now.
Yeah.
Small.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of just talking to everybody. Yes. Well, you speak in Ghana English all the time.
Yeah.
So, you kind of pick it up like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've been here. I would like to visit. I like to bring my family to visit my family there. But I've been trying to encourage my family there to come and have a family reunion here.
Absolutely. You have the perfect place for a family reunion. Like literally, you have the perfect spot for a family reunion. I could just see.
Yes. What time cookout?
You all were, unfortunately, COVID is a thing, but you all were getting ready to have an event, and it looked like it was kind of like a family reunion type of setup.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that? Because I'm sure you guys will do it later.
Yes, actually, I had planned something in 2020. It came to my mind early in 2020 to try to plan something like a get together or a meet and greet for those of us that got our citizenship, because we never really had it. We all many of us met for the first time that night when we were at this the ceremony. So I knew a lot of people in the room, but not a lot of people. I knew some of the people in the room, but I didn't know everybody. So I also wish to know, that's a different network that we could all kind of
absolutely
plug into, because you never know what somebody else is doing. It may be similar to what you're doing, or maybe I'm going to a different part of Ghana. I want somewhere to lodge. Maybe you have a lodge. It can be something as simple as that. So I had thought of doing something like that for was it African Unity Day? I think it was last year, but with the COVID, everything was canceled. So this year, Black History Month, this was the first year we ever celebrated Black History Month at Born Again Africa. Born Again Africa, I would say. I don't, it was never front of mind when it came around, because I don't know that many people are doing any activities based around that theme in Ghana, at least. So, it's kind of it's an American, I would say an African American product, and I think I see it as something that we also bring to the table as diasporans to Ghana and also Africa. That is, Black History Month was created by Dr. Carter G. Woodson, and started out as a 1 week and grew into 1 month. And that was in the white supremacist state of the United States. So right. Sky's the limit for Ghana. So So it can start out as a month and develop into something bigger.
Exactly.
So while we were here, we established the African Study Group, Born Again African Study Group, where some of the youth in the community, not just youth, but some of the local people here, as well as in Accra, began to come and be a part and share the library that we had. And we would have discussions about different African history uh, topics. And, I began to discover that a lot of people, we are fortunate in the United States to have access to information, earlier than others, I would say. But,
Right.
so a lot of Ghanaians now becoming, because of we are living here and moving around in the community, and I'm not alone, there are other people here living. The interaction, they are becoming people at the grassroots level are getting an information that they never had access to. So now before, I remember in 2009, I didn't see anybody wearing a ankh. Nobody was wearing an ankh. 2009, 2010, 2011. Now today, it's like the thing to do.
Yeah.
It's become something of an identification that I'm conscious.
Okay.
And I think that's a direct impact that we, the African diaspora, have.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I can see the huge difference. We moved in 2014, and there's a huge difference in Ghana since I moved there, and even in just the way I'm hearing Ghanaians talk about just white supremacy and injustices, and it's like the more we intermingle, the more we are able to teach each other. And I think that it would be great if we had the ability to share histories during whatever month we choose, or all of the months, like whatever the case may be.
Yes.
We really I think that's part of the journey that we have ahead of us, is educating each other on a lot of the misinformations that we've gotten from, especially from here, but even more so there also, because I have a older child who is in school, and they don't learn a lot of history about the strong African leaders in school there. From at my daughter's school, that curriculum didn't teach. They got just like here, it was really watered down. And I think it's up to us as parents and as a community to make sure our children know who and what we've been able to do on both sides of the ocean. Because we've done a lot. We've done a lot. Mm-hmm.
It was really
important
to make that connection, where the West Africans are the people that are populating genetically, that populate the Western Hemisphere, but aside from those that were already there, so I mean, the accomplishments there are the same people that made the accomplishments here. So, a lot of times there's a huge disconnect because people, they don't see it that way. So the program that we were working on, that we had put together, was Sister Yaz Santuwa, she, Yaz Tanya Sophia, or Sister Yaz. She and I kind of collaborated to bring her here to do a presentation on Black inventors and inventions. So and do like a PowerPoint presentation, and then have some fun and games here at the park and playground in that area, and kind of have like a kind of a cookout kind of atmosphere. That was what I really wanted to kind of create for people, so that they can come in and everybody have a good time, and we begin to organize a network. Just as you see, I have children, you have children, you have also a spouse. A lot of the experience, we are sharing some of the same experiences.
Absolutely.
So, and challenges. even in your relation, even in our relationships, I have no doubt, because there's a language barrier, and some of the things, and
Oh
how
yeah.
we are all kind of challenged with with these kind of things, so
Oh yeah.
as your children are learning, you as a mother, African American mother, you are English speaking person. So how you are directly with the children to grow like that. My wife is a Ghanaian woman, so airway woman. So the children are, the way she communicates with them is through airway, and the children have to learn that at this stage now. Fortunately, they get that opportunity,
Yeah.
because they'll try to, if you try to learn it at 35, it'll be hard.
Oh my God, it's so hard. I'm glad you brought that up, because oftentimes people say that, we should come to Ghana, you need to learn the language and all of this stuff. And I don't think people understand how hard it is. Can you talk about language and trying to learn language? You've been there since 2009. So how have you done with that?
Well, I've had about 3 teachers so far. And early on, I began to learn tree. Then eventually, where I live at, there's Airways tree, or Akans, or Akwamu. They speak a tree. And then there are Krobo and Adangbi people. They speak Krobo and God, almost like God Adangbi.
Dangi,
Those, yeah, they are all, those are related, let's say, to the airway. So they are similar. And the tree is a different ethnic group, and is the largest ethnic group in Ghana. And most people use tree as a business language, I would say.
Right.
When you go to Anga, because when you go to Accra. So in my area, those particular 3, tree, airway, Provo, are the main ones spoken. So
how do you manage? Because that's always my problem, because like in my area in Kaswa is of course tree, Fanti, Ga, and that's pretty much like the major 3 that's spoken in my area. So when you are, how do you manage? I mean, I know for the majority of situations you can revert to English, but in a lot of situations you can't. So how have you been managing that? You've been doing this for so long. I mean, I know you have something now. How do you?
You need to have first of all, you need to have patience. You need to have a sense of humor, and don't take everything so personal. And it helps if you marry a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Oh, you have somebody close on your team that you can trust what they are also interpreting for you. Yeah. And what I observed too here, through my traveling, I worked as a merchant seaman in another life, and I've been Japan, Indonesia, these other countries, but there's no opportunity to get to learn the language, so you kind of have to learn how to read body language.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that really helped me to, go fast, I guess, is to also watch people's body language and kind of, get an idea. A lot of Ghanaians are very demonstrative,
yeah.
And you can kind of read what people are saying and also add it up. What helped me a lot is, learning greetings. You can then kind of build from there. And then over time, now that I've been here, some has seeped in.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't know is that language is weaponized in Africa.
Yeah.
Language is something that's used it is the network. If you speak, maybe, I don't want to pick on individuals, but maybe you speak a particular language you don't want everybody to know.
Yeah.
You can just kind of hide it, or just listen. And I've been learning to do that.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't know that I can hear, to hear the language, so that I also get a chance to hear what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You
And now
know,
that my children are coming up, they will then now be teaching me better.
yes. And most Ghanaian children do speak more than one language. They usually, like my husband, he speaks like 8 languages. Um,
Yeah.
and when you mention weaponizing language, that is, I never thought about it that way, but it's true because I've seen people who, like, maybe they're from the north and they speak a whole nother language in their family, and they'll be standing right in front of people just having a whole conversation and nobody knows what they're talking about. It's, and they could simply be plotting to take it down or something. You never know. But like you say, that's when you have to learn body language and learn to, watch different ways people, kind of talk without talking. So I think that's a good tip, because that's what I had. I think naturally you end up doing that because if you can't speak the language, then you naturally have to kind of figure out another way to get what you need to get done or hear what you need to hear. With that being said, is there any advice that you would like to give? Just some free game that you want to give people who want to move to Ghana?
Don't be afraid of failure. You know, last night I watched the movie about Harriet Tubman, and that was my first time watching it. Brother Brandon Rogers dropped it off for me, person that I've been working with for some years now. And what's key is, don't be afraid to make a mistake. It's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. I'm talking of mistakes. And you can also learn from those mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So freedom ain't free, and you're gonna get here, and some of the things you even prepared yourself for, you're not gonna be prepared for the things that are coming. Because it's an adjustment, and that's why I said, you kind of have to be flexible and have a sense of humor, have patience to see the thing through. And it's not always up. We're just talking about the language thing. Sometimes you uh, you have to be in love with yourself, because you can be spending a lot of time with yourself, even though you're around people.
Yeah.
Because other people will be speaking around you. You need to be confident in yourself also to know how to, go forward. One of the great things of my own experience with repatriation, I could not have made it here without my mother. That relationship was very key to us putting in a cornerstone for me to even be here, carrying on her legacy best I can do. So when you have a partner, that is very great. If you can have, if it could be a mother-son scenario, you kind of have an unconditional love. Sometimes spouses can leave, brothers and sisters can leave each other, for somebody else.
Right.
But it's not, even when the times were at its toughest and when we faced some real challenges here, I didn't never felt to leave my mother in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, when, if you can maybe bring a nephew or a niece or somebody that's hardworking, piping into a network of repatriates that are already here. You see a lot of people online and on YouTube and all that. Everybody got today, they are putting out their own experience. And, it's very difficult to sift through the flour and found out who it can really give you some good advice, or who knows somebody really doing something, that can also help you to go to the next stage.
Right.
Even if it's just something that's somebody trying to make a decision where to live.
Right.
It's when you move into a community, you are moving into a larger community. And then you're going to be working. And it was nice to have other diasporans in the community that you can, oh, what's up, bro? Every now and then you meet up, you need that kind of release.
Yes.
Initially, I don't think we appreciate that when we come here. You want to appreciate yourself and put yourself into the larger community. And then, to the point where, I don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, when people come around like that, those are some of the telltale signs that you just moved. Because,
it's true.
You don't think that the conversation that we are having now is of value.
Right.
And then maybe, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, maybe the relationships you had developed with some of the Ghanaian brothers and sisters didn't work out the way you had planned it.
Right.
And now, you need somebody to maybe talk to. Hey, brother Yazid, have you ever something, what and what?
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, I had somebody do that to me too. Just what I do now to prevent it.
we need each other. I think I don't think like you said, I think it is taken for granted how much having the diaspora network to rely upon. I think it is taken for granted. And then like you said, later on, people are like, well, can I come by and talk to you for a minute? And it's like, yeah, come on. You know it's coming. Either that's gonna happen or they're gonna leave upset. And bitter and all of that stuff. So I think it's good if we can all just kind of stay. We know that's gonna happen. It happens to most people who just come. And we just have to stay available for that time that we know they're gonna end up needing the community. So I appreciate you mentioning that, because many times I see it happen all the time. But I really want to thank you so much for taking out the time. I know you're a businessman. You got a lot going on. I don't want to hold you. I do want to thank you for this. If you could give us your contact information one more time before I let you go, and I'll also put it in the description.
Sure. Sister Bakuya, thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Seems like so many years ago now, we initially met here at our restaurant. At that time, it was just coming up, and it's great to see that you also hard fast and building your family and creating a bridge, and using your experience as a vehicle to also encourage others to come and make the ultimate step to freedom. That is repatriation. As a healthy alternative to a white supremacist state.
Yes.
And that's how I see it going down in the United States. And it looks crazy from outside.
It is crazy.
Many of us we don't have that. We don't appreciate that either. That when you're kind of living in it, you don't see what's going on. But when you're outside, wow.
Yeah.
So yes, if you want to contact me, my phone number is 233-24756-0016. My name is Yazid, Yazid, Muhammad, Muhammad. You can contact me on my Facebook page. You can also reach me on our Instagram page, which is called Born Again African, AFRIKAN, Ghana Soul Food, on Instagram, and you can also reach me on Facebook. I have a few pages on Facebook. Real Repatriation Consultation is also where you can also reach me at. Maybe you want to book an appointment, schedule something with me, you can contact me through those lines. As well, you can also contact me through bornagainafrican@gmail.com. and wisebornagainafrican@yahoomail.com as well. And also on our YouTube channel, which is called Born Again African Real Repatriation YouTube channel. Did I cover it all?
I think you did. I think you did. And if y'all want to rent some space for your business next to Born Again Africa, Yazid has space there. It's a beautiful area, and it's a good spot to be in for a business too. So a lot of traffic in and out of that way. So I think anybody who wants a business in the area, they should contact you. And I thank you. Thank you so much. Send my greetings to your family.
You're welcome.
Kiss your babies.
Yes, I didn't get a chance to introduce my wife. She was in the background. I want to introduce her. It's fine.
She going?
No, she stepped out.
Okay.
It's okay.
Well,
next
send
time.
her my greetings, and
I'll do that.
Kiss
Please
the baby.
greet your husband as well.
Yes, thank you. He's right there. All right. Talk to you soon. And when I come back to Ghana, I need me a plate.
No doubt. Yes, and also we are a perfect place for any type of wedding reception, any type of program you want to put on. Get hosted here.
Perfect.
1,000 people can fit inside our place.
Perfect place. 1,000 people can fit there. Wow, I didn't know that.
I would say 1,000 people.
Yeah.
On an acre, we can get a lot of people here.
Yeah.
So we are waiting. One day we're gonna have reggae on the river here. I look forward to doing all those kind of programs. We are just excited to see everything that kind of developing around us. There's so many things, different activities coming into our area, different businesses. They're making a canopy walk like the one in Cocoon Park.
Oh.
There's islands. There's another African American couple that owns an island near to me here. There's so many different other things going on.
Yeah, there's a lot. I've been seeing like riverboat parties and all kind of stuff going on. So it's a lot happening. Ghana is developing quite quickly, and I can't wait to get back there to enjoy with you guys.
All right, sis. Yes. Stay warm. Stay blessed. Black power.
All right. Black power. Peace.